asking, why Flagler Credit? You know, I'm sure there was a lot of different businesses that came your way, but you know, what at the end of the day was the deal that you realized that they were the right fit for you?
You know, I think the people at play. You know, one, great company, great reputation, high integrity, you know, great across the board from a business perspective. But meeting them in person, you know, first obviously phone calls, Zooms, and some other things. But when they came down here, we met with them in person, the university leadership team, their leadership team, we were all blown away. We felt like they'd be really good partners for a long time. And we're both about the right things, about the same things. So we're excited.
How was the timing of this? Obviously, right after a new head coach was hired. Tomorrow's the Boca Bowl. I think just perfect timing.
Yeah, you know, we thought if we could get it done before the Boca Bowl, that it would add a splash, and you know, we could celebrate it at the Boca Bowl. But that wasn't necessarily the guiding principle. But it was more so as we were coming down the stretch. We thought, hey, let's shoot for right before the Boca Bowl, and maybe it adds some buzz with the game coming up.
Ryan, obviously, it was a long time coming for the football program, opening the stadium in 2011, and having the FAU Stadium as a name for 13 years until now. How historic would you describe this accomplishment for FAU athletics as a whole and getting the football stadium officially named?
You know, we're so excited. You know, you mentioned long time coming. You know, I think this stadium, Schnellenberger Field, we're just so proud of this stadium. But I don't think it's any secret that we did want to have a great corporate partner with at a good investment level and a good long-term stable partner. And I think we got that on Flagler Credit Union. And, you know, I mentioned, you know, as well, that I think the name Flagler in the state of Florida was locally relevant, and that mattered as well. The people at play. And so it's definitely something that we're all very excited about.
Can you just take a step to your left?
Yes.
Obviously, revenue sharing is right around the corner. How big was, you know, getting a stadium rights name before that comes around? And, you know, do you anticipate a significant portion of this, you know, $1.5 million per year to go towards revenue sharing with athletes?
You know, for us at this point, our financial health has never been more important. That's every school in the country with changes going on in college athletics. So it's very important for us to be as healthy as we can financially, and that opens doors up for many different things we can do. And it definitely is a positive thing for us to be as healthy as we can financially.
Can you talk?
That athletic fundraising has been up over the last 3 years. How significant a part of that will this deal be?
The numbers I mentioned actually were prior to this deal, so this will take us up even higher. And it's been a growth of our fan base. So credit to the community, to our Paradise Club donors, to our individual donors. We've had some key major donors that have really stepped up and helped us in so many different ways. So this will be just that next wave to help us continue to grow our base and grow our fundraising and be more ingrained as the hometown team of this community.
And, you know, when you look at the number, it's a big number over 15 years. How significant is it in financial terms?
Extremely significant. No, we think it's a big number. We think it's, but it's also, I think, the right number. I think where we are as a program, we see ourselves at that value, and obviously Flagler did as well. But I think it's for us, it's about the partnership as opposed to the number. But it was important that investment level was in line with where we are and also where we're going.
Can you talk a little bit about the process of narrowing down naming right options to Flagler Credit Union?
Say it one more time, sorry.
Yeah. Can you talk about the process of narrowing down naming right options to eventually get to Flagler Credit Union?
Absolutely. So we talked with many companies locally, nationally, and for us, when we started talking with Flagler Credit Union, it went very fast, you know, and as opposed to, you know, relative to a lot of these deals at other schools and processes we've heard about, this one was faster than most, and that's a credit to Flagler. And it's also, I think there was a high level of mutual interest very early on from some of our early conversations. There was a high level of excitement on both sides, and there was no bumps in the road, no hesitations, nobody blinked. We just went full speed ahead on both sides.
Between this deal and the Haggerty family donation, is there any stadium upgrades or renovations potentially that are on the horizon that you can mention?
Yeah, we're constantly annually looking at the stadium and updating and upgrading different things within the stadium on a regular basis.